Today, March 10th, 2018, we are celebrating the 35th anniversary of the Žiburėlis Lithuanian Montessori School and the 60th anniversary of the Lithuanian Montessori Society of America. The motto of this society is to know the whole child, or in Lithuanian, pažinkime vaiką. From 1923 until 1937, Montessori seminars were taught in various European countries, including South America. In 1936, Marijos Varnų, after being inspired by the teaching concepts developed by Maria Montessori, went on to introduce the Montessori method to interested parents in independent Lithuania. This school was named Žiburėlis, or Little Heart, idiomatically referring to the place of family gathering. After 10 years, she spent 3 years in displaced persons camps in Germany, continuing her work with Domicile from 1949 in Chicago. From 1965 to 1966, there was a huge Montessori method renaissance. In 1966, in honor of Dr. and Mrs. Varnų, Žiburėlis was renamed Varnų Montessori Center and was incorporated as a not-for-profit organization in the state of Illinois. One class was in Lithuanian with a Saturday school component, and one class was in the English language with a morning and afternoon exchange. Teachers Domicile and Marijos Varnų worked there until 1969, assisted by Marytės Kučiūnienės. Throughout the early 1970s, classes were led by Janina Juknevičienė and Julia Smilgienė. After the mid-1970s, the center involved Montessori teachers, but they worked independently from the Lithuanian Montessori Society. Since 1992, the Varnų Montessori Center is in the hands of the Young Scholars Developmental Institute. The Lithuanian Montessori Society of America was founded in 1958 by Professors Adomo and Marijos Varnų and Domicile in Chicago. This was an outgrowth of the work of Žiburėlis. In 1960 and 1961, Domicile gave a series of 12 talks on the Montessori method to interested parents and the public. In 1961, Mario Montessori, the son of Maria, and his wife visited Žiburėlis, Dr. and Mrs. Varnų and Domicile in Chicago. In 1962, the LMSA organized an exposition on the Montessori method in Chicago with Domicile as the presenter. The Lithuanian community in Chicago listened to her ideas with great interest, as did American scholars, teachers, and community activists who wanted to know more about this method. In 1963, the Lithuanian Montessori Society of America opened the first Montessori for preschool-aged children. It was named Vaikų namelių, or Children's House. Dr. Leonas and Irena Kraučeliūnai bought a house on 69th Street in the Market Park neighborhood of the southwest side of Chicago and gave the society permission to use it. The Kraučeliūnas family never asked rent money from the LMSA, thus allowing the school to flourish in the same location for 32 years. The first Children's House teacher was Stasė Vaišvilienė. In 1971, the LMSA Board of Directors decided to name the school Kraučeliūnų Vaikų namelių, or Kraučeliūnas Children's House. The Children's House, and later Žiburėlis, were a place where the teaching principles of Dr. Maria Montessori turned from theory into practice. Special attention is paid to the personal growth, motivation, and independence of an individual child. Children worked in a Montessori setting on small carpets that are spread on the floor and familiarize themselves with nature, geography, art, and music. Children experience their first steps into the greater Lithuanian community as they learned classroom concepts while being immersed in the Lithuanian language. These methods continue through the present day. In 1964, the LMSA was incorporated as a not-for-profit organization in the state of Illinois. The first board of directors included Dr. Leonas Kraučeliūnas, Raimondas Mieželis, Vytautas Germanas, Stasė Vaišvilienė, and Joanna Grybauskienė. In 1969, the LMSA published 1,000 copies of the book Bitės, or Bees, by Liuda Germanienė. In this film footage from Vaikų, namelių in 1980, the children are celebrating Christmas Eve, or kūčios, in the classroom while dressed in Lithuanian national costumes. Seen in the film are Venta Norvilaitė, Irena Kontaitė, Rimas Putrius, Rimas Gicevis, Daina Čarauskas, Linet Miklius, Dana Genčius, Arūnas Bilius, Linas Gerštikas, Vilija Gražulytė, teacher Danutė Dirvonienė, and teaching assistant Danutė Podžiūnienė. In 1983, the LMSA opened a second school for preschool-aged children called Žiburelis in the Chicago suburbs with the efforts of a small group of enthusiastic parents and teacher Danutė Dirvonienė. In 1983, many people contributed to the successful founding of Žiburėlis, including Dalia Januškienė, Laima Petroliūnienė, Audronė Norušienė, Živilė Jonikienė, Rūta Sušinskienė, Vitalija Vasaitienė, Irena Kleinaitienė, and teacher Danutė Dirvonienė. The name Žiburėlis was chosen by the writer Julija Švabaitė-Gilienė. The LMSA gave $10,000 for the establishment of the Žiburėlis school. Some furniture was repurposed for the new classroom from the Children's House in Chicago. A careful budget was kept, and after 3 years of successful operation, $5,000 was returned to LMSA. The Žiburėlis school's lawyer and advisor was Rimas Domanskis, who did not ask to be compensated for any of his legal advice. In 1992, the LMSA made Rimas Domanskis an honorary lifetime member. During the first year of Žiburėlis, there were only 11 students. As the years went on, the student count grew, and for the first 5 years, Žiburėlis rented a classroom from the Bromberg Public School in Lamont, Illinois. The first Žiburėlis school director and teacher was Danutė Dirvonienė, who taught there for 13 years. From 1983 through 2001, a yearly fashion show was held called Skambėk Pavasarėli, or Ring in the Spring. The parents of Žiburėlis School in Lamont organized the event together with the parents of the Children's House in Chicago until the Children's House closed in 1995. To this day, Žiburėlis is able to run its daily operations from the tuition money paid, in addition to donations from parents and the Lithuanian community. The school also receives financial support from both the Lithuanian Foundation and Švietimo Taryba, the Lithuanian Board of Education. In 1988, the Žiburėlis school moved into its present classroom in the Pasaulio Centras, or Lithuanian World Center in Lamont. Marytės Kučiūnienės was born in Lithuania and emigrated to Canada after being in the displaced persons camps in Germany. She studied art, English, and French at the Sir George Williams College in Montreal and completed the Fashion Arts Academy while working in that field. However, she always had a strong interest in early childhood development. When she moved to Chicago and her daughter began to attend Žiburėlis, she wholeheartedly began to increase all of her knowledge about the Montessori method. She finished Montessori coursework at Montessori School and went on to teach the Montessori methods to teachers in various countries for the next 30 years. She has traveled 4 times to Lithuania, the first time in 1989, while Lithuania was still under the Iron Curtain, so that she may introduce the Montessori method there. Žibutė Mačiulienė, the current director of Žiburėlis, raised 2 sons in a Montessori environment while still in Lithuania. In 1981, she finished the Kaunas P. Mažylis Medical School as a nurse, and in 1988, finished the Lithuanian State Physical Education Pedagogical Institute with a major in physical education and sport. After emigrating to the United States, she worked in Žiburėlis as a teacher's assistant. In 1998, she began to attend the Mika Seaton Montessori classes and completed the course in November of 2000. After 2 years, she became director of Ziburelis, where she remains in her role to the present day. Rolanda Varnauskienė finished the Saulius K. Priekšas Pedagogical Institute with a major in early childhood education and curriculum development. After emigrating to the United States in 1999, she began to work in the Lithuanian Saturday schools. In 2001, she began to work at Žiburėlis 3 days a week, advancing to 5 days a week in 2007 when she attended Mika Seaton Montessori classes and now works at Žiburėlis. In 2014, the board of the Lithuanian Montessori Society of America donated its archives for the purpose of historical preservation and digitation to the Lithuanian Archives Project, or LAP, a new, independent, not-for-profit organization located on the north side of Chicago at 4637 North Ashland Avenue, Chicago, Illinois 60640. LAP has digitized hundreds of photographs and documents from this collection, in addition to numerous films from the 1960s through the 1980s at no cost to the Lithuanian Montessori Society of America, much of which is available via the LAP website, www.lithuanianarchivesproject.org, as well as created a professional archival tool called a finding aid or roadmap to the collection's materials. Some materials from this collection have been used to create this video. In addition, LAP consulted the book published by the LMSA in 2008 entitled Amerikos lietuvių Montessori draugija 1958 metai iki 2008 metų. For additional historical information. The president and founder of the Lithuanian Archives Project is Audra Domenas, herself a former Žiburėlis Lithuanian school graduate, class of 1987. Audra believes that professional historical preservation and digitization is key to maintaining the legacy of the worldwide Lithuanian diaspora community.